Hey everybody, I forgot to mention that you want to have your temperature at this when you're brewing some wine. See, it's still active. Yeah, it's still got a nice red looking color. So put it at that degrees right there when you're making wine, and make sure you have a towel to cover your door. Okay everybody, I'm going to show you how to make the wine now. Pretty much all done. I don't want it to be too strong. Just put this aside. Now if you don't have a pump like this, you can use a funnel or well, yeah, you need a funnel, and then you need some coffee filters, and just like take this and strain it into a bottle. But I have this. You can get this at the wine kit store. It only costs like $5 or $10. This will keep the carbonation in it. Filter it out really good. Put it on the side there, going downwards, and keep it down there on the side. And then it's pretty straightforward. You just pump the wine into your bottles. Make sure they're nice and sterilized. Use potassium metasulfite for it. When it gets to about there, you're going to want to put it back in there for now. Make as many bottles of wine as you want. You want to make sure it's about that high, because you're going to want to put water in it to about there. Because when you pasteurize it, it has to have some water so it can get the yeast out of it. Just like one shake. Alright. Pretty easy to make wine when you have this device. It's only like $2-3 for a bottle of this 4-liter pretty much bottle of wine that you can make. Then you have your bottles of wine done. Make sure you put your sterilized tinfoil caps on it. This is just step one. Make sure the caps are nice and sterile, the bottle, the wine itself, this thing here. This thing's always sterile if you did it right. And then at this step, put it in the deep freezer. So now all you want to do is just put it in your deep freeze or freezer. Put it in there for about 30 minutes before you go to pasteurize the wine. Make sure everything's all nice and sterile and everything will turn out great. So I'll see you when I go to pasteurize the wine. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make the wine now. Just going to put some cold water in it. I'm going to show you exactly how much to put in it. You want roughly from there to there. The water makes it so that way it has a layer on top of it. I don't know exactly how it works, but you need the water for this to work. So your bottle of wine that you have that hasn't been pasteurized yet should have been in the freezer for like 20-30 minutes. Then just you want to put cold water in there, by the way, and also some cold water in here. You want it to be as cold as possible, basically, so that way the yeast will have stopped and you'll have just the alcohol left over and it won't cook the alcohol. want it to about that level there. You're going to want a pot with something like this, and that's a thermometer you can get at the dollar store. And basically what you want to do is put it on your big burner. Make sure it's in the middle. Make sure this is nice and tight there. And what you're going to want to do is wait until this temperature rating says 169. Or you can go by 165 and count for 15 seconds. But 169 is when the yeast is for sure killed, and you'll be left over with just your alcohol. So I'll see you again once I get that. Now, it's at 165. When it gets to 169, I'm going to pull this up. I'm showing you what it looks like, so that way you, if you don't have a thermometer, you can tell sort of by looking at it here when to pull it out. It's 167. I'm going to use an oven mitt because I don't want this to break from the heat from holding it. Okay, it's done. The water looks like that. And the wine, just set it here on the counter, let it sit there for a bit. It looks like that when it's done. Keep the cap on it for as long as possible. Now, if you don't have a cork and a corker, you can skip the next step, and it's pretty much already done. All you gotta do is just wait a little bit till it cools down, and then dump it out really fast, like directly down, like that, like go like this and go down in the sink till it gets to about there, like a regular bottle of wine. And then what you want to do is put this back on it, and then when it cools down some, just put some tape around it. If you don't have a cork, put some tape around this part here, and then put it in your freezer. Wait till it really, really cools down. And then all you gotta do is serve it and drink it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna empty some of this out to show you. If you don't have a corker, this would be the last step. And then all you'd have to do is put tape around your tinfoil device that's sterile, and then put it in the freezer and drink it. Yeah, just like that. And it's done. What that does is it gets the leftover yeast particles, if there is any, on the top layer. That's what the water was for. It gets rid of it, and it leaves your wine inside the bottle. So I'm just going to let that cool some, then I'm going to put a cork in it, and then I'm going to put it in the deep freeze for a while. And then I'm going to rinse and repeat and do that again with the other bottle I have. Well, that's how to make wine if you don't have a corker. I'll see you at the next step when this cools down some and I cork it. I'll show you how that's done. So now I'm going to show you the final step. If you do have a corker, take this off, put your sterilized cork inside the corker. Make sure this thing's nice and even, you know, with the corker. Make sure it's in like that. And all you have to do is just step on this and push down, pull it back up, pull this down, and you have yourself a corked bottle of wine. Now, put it in the fridge for a while so it naturally cools down. Then when it cools down a little bit more, like to normal, put it in there in your freezer or your deep freezer. And that's it. That's how you make homemade wine and save lots and lots of money.